Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in the world. Welcome to another scene for Living World of Darkness Werewolf venue. This afternoon, we find ourselves at the edge of the Sept of the Green, just outside the St. Park. Those who have been on Sept have recently heard a howl go across the Umbra to announce the relatively polite presence of someone who is a rather scruffy blonde figure who is now sat on a park bench with a duffel bag at her feet, just waiting to see if anyone will come and let her in.
And yeah, the Latin had been in the Umbra most of the time, so she heard the howl and runs over into the direction to look around. Doesn't see anyone and is a little confused at that, but will use her mirror to peek sideways successfully. And see someone sitting there. She's not quite sure if that's like the person that was howling earlier, but at least the gender is right. So she'll make sure that she has her that she in the umbra rips her the webbing in between her fingers apart, put on the gloves so that they can't heal, and will put on the hood of her jacket, so you won't immediately see that she is a metis, and will then kind of like a bit away so that it's like still on sept ground and like in between the bushes. She'll step sideways again, successful, and she'll through the pack link she'll let her pack know that well, maybe they've heard the howl, but that she found the owner of the howl in the Tellurian, hopefully. And will then walk out of the bushes and towards this individual. And yeah, Katja will see a Native American, very tiny, girl woman approach, head down. Like, main reason why you would recognize her being Native American is because of her clothing, because you probably can't see any skin right now. She's trying to keep that hidden as much as possible. Hi. Did you just She's not quite sure if she's talking to
Do you count as the
she just screamed.
Welcome to New York party?
I think so. I didn't know there was a party.
On that note, there would be footsteps coming from behind, and a tall, muscular man wearing sunglasses will become just slowly walking forward. Seeing the two figures, man, he'll get closer. And once he gets closer to Saskia, recognizing her under the hood, or not Saskia, Talatihim. He'll just kind of nod to her, then look at the woman sitting on the bench, correct? And
Yes, she was sitting on a bench.
and he'll look at her and say, "Greetings." Well,
Greetings. I am Katja Smith. I was told by one who spent much time in this park before that this was a place to come.
Oh,
He hasn't lived here for many years. I do not know if anyone would still remember his name.
that depends on the name that you're not giving.
She just shrugs. I just knew him as David.
the tall man just kind of raises an eyebrow and look over at the Talate and just says, "I don't recognize the name, and David's pretty common."
Zlatine is like poking through her memory banks. Like eidetic memory means you have a lot of memory to poke into. She's trying to come up with that name, but I don't think anyone has ever introduced himself to her that way. So
No. She just shrugs and goes, he, as far as I know, is not one, doesn't have many tales that a storyteller might tell of him.
right.
He simply he was city folk-ish.
Hmm.
He told me this was a good place to survive, to get away.
From where?
From when someone needs to be somewhere different from where they started.
You can see Zlatine kind of nod as she kind of understands that sentiment in a way. She'll look at Kumba and actually takes a couple of steps and it's like, bring her on sept. We have to make sure she's cleansed first. But we're in the Tellurian. Do you know the right?
And he just kind of looks at Talate a little bit oddly, like, "Of course I do." So, and he'll go closer to his Katya, right?
Katya, yes.
And he'll start begin digging with his hand a circle around Katya with not the sand, the dirt, and the excess dirt he'll kind of clump into his hand and walk
Kumba,
over. What?
We're not in protected area, and we're in the Tellurian. People are watching. She says that very quietly.
One of those people is just Aiden, who's kind of cocking his head at Kumba curiously as he's walking over. You know, for Katya, he's tall, about 6'1", very skinny. You can probably smell the pure breed off him as he's striding over, quite arrogantly, actually.
Cool. Katya will yes laugh at me. It's
Oh no!
fine. Why did I
Oh
the
no!
same almost sounding syllables? I do not know. Yes, Katya will tip her head and give a slight frown, just for a brief second, before giving him a smile.
Nods at her. How you doing? This the looks at Kumba and Tate. This the new girl?
Apparently.
Think so, yeah.
She be looks around.
She seems to want refuge, but you have to go through the typical motions. And he looks at the dirt in his hand and kind of shake it off. It's like, let's go somewhere a bit more private, I guess. And he looks over to Latte in a knowing look, responding to her hail earlier.
She'll nod.
Katia will just bend down and pick up her duffel bag and sling it over her shoulder. Whatever you need me to do, I didn't mean to be at trouble.
It's just formalities, lass. Not to be worrying. We all have to do it. Just kind of smiles absent-mindedly.
Everywhere's got their own song and dance.
Aye. Kind of like prods Talatahine forward with his finger.
And as they start to move, the others will notice that Katya is sort of looks like she's quite stiff on one side. She's sort of half limping, as if like her left. I think it's her left. I will check this for my sanity.
Left, right.
Just
Once we get to an area more private, though, as we're walking, Kumba, or we'll make a little bit of small talk and say, "I'm Kumberkana Smith," and he kind of chuckles at that. He's like Monar and Cleath of the nation.
Best way to get a bit more private to do that, lad. And just kind of smiles.
No, I'm doing this. I'm waiting till we're a bit further away once we're in a more private spot.
Aiden by the way is like, what the fuck?
Yeah. This is not when obviously we're in front of people. This is like when we're deeper into the trees.
Tlatine would still be like, Kumba, there are ears that we sometimes can't see. Even here.
Katya will just give him a half smile and just say, "I hear Smith is quite a common name."
Tends to be. And he looks over to Talante. It's like, understandable. And it's like, well, I'm just simply trying to be pleasant, but I understand.
I'm sure we will get to all the proper things.
I'm sure they can find like a place to hide a little bit and like a quiet spot somewhere. Because fuck it, we're like, we're playing here. There are quiet spots in Central Park at some point in the Tellurian. Right?
Yep. And Kumba will look over to Talante. He's like, still want me to commence with the ritual, or would you prefer to do it?
I would feel more comfortable if we do it in the Umbra, but there are not a lot of eyes, I think, upon us in this area. You can do it if you wish.
And he'll look over to Katja. Would you prefer to be here or on the other side?
This is your home. It's your show. The only reason it would be more convenient for me is I could kind of a pain to lug all this stuff over, and I'm assuming you want to do the stuff on my bag too.
Yeah, I will have to do that stuff on your bag eventually. But right now, let's make sure that at least you can get in. And since we are in a much more quiet area, I was like, I will ask to keep Talante at ease that we do pass over.
Also, are you
Is
hurt?
there? Sorry?
Are you hurt?
No, like when I say it's a new start more than a particular thing that I is running from. I just, you know,
She'll just
I
nod.
don't
It's like,
carry
okay,
any. Yeah, I don't carry any fresh wounds.
very well.
Grand.
All right. And Kumba will grab his will kind of tilt at his sunglasses and goes, "You can go first." And you don't have to roll; these are mirror shades, so you'll go right through.
No, you
She
still
will
have to
briefly.
roll.
Hmm?
You can't not roll to cross sideways. You will have to roll. How many dice? I'll roll for you on Discord. Genosis.
Ooh, crap! I haven't looked at that sheet in forever. Ooh, 1 second.
Yeah, just Katya will just look around briefly for some bushes or something she can like tuck her bag into.
It has a gnosis of 7, and it's considered 2 levels lower. So
You have 7 noses.
but it's a level 1 fetish.
Oh, okay. But your noses. What's your noses? Because you're
Oh, my
crossing.
gnosis is 3.
Yes.
Sorry.
Thank you. I was like, what? You have 7 noses?
No, I'm still need to erase that up. I'm still finding it too low.
Oh, you're good. You got 3 successes, man.
I will roll mine. I have not had to use this yet. Oh.
There needs to be space in between the R and the 2.
Thank you.
Don't worry.
There we go.
Yes, and you're good as well.
I'm good as well.
And now I.
It's fine. I got 2.
Latina is slow. She still's good, but she's slow.
Slower than she's used to being.
Yes, most definitely. Probably a bit surprised at that herself.
Once we're upon the Umber side, and Kumba will make sure everybody's here to be a witness. Like, all right, like now we're in a much more proper place. Again, he puts his fingers to the ground, starts moving in a circle around here and gathering excess dirt in his hand. And he'll go over to Katya and is like, close your eyes for a second. You don't want to get dirt in your you don't want to get any dirt in there.
She'll give him a slightly long look. And then she will comply.
He puts the excess dirt on her head and is like, so just shake it off and we'll be done. It's like, and he looks over to Latte, and I know this looks odd, but this is how I was taught to do it.
She will accept that. I mean, she has a little bit of an alternate way of cleansing as well. So, so what's your charisma plus rituals?
That'd be 5 altogether.
Okay. You have 1 success.
And I guess as Katya is shaking off the dirt off of her, you'll see that even despite the dirt being dry, there are kind of little small wet patches, most likely representing the worm and these chunks of dirt. And there. And do you really need your stuff back on the other side, or are you okay just being just for you at the moment?
I mean, I don't need to bring my stuff here. I would, if I'm gonna get to stay. If you say I can stay, I'd like to take it on to wherever I can live.
This is New York, lad. That stuff could vanish quite easily. So if she needs to get her stuff, like, tell her to get it now. Like,
I mean, it's just stuff, but
You can now come on sept. Whether you can stay is not up to us. In the end, that's up to the Alpha.
of course it is. Anyway, if we are here, I suppose I better do. Yes. Best do the introductions.
Yes.
My mother would be beating me if she knew I hadn't said it so far. My name is, well, Katja Smith. I have already introduced myself as that. I am a clear Philodox of the Bone Gnawers.
Goomba will slightly bow to that. I think I already somewhat introduced myself, but again, to be proper. Kumbergon Smith, Bonar, Clea of the Nation, Auspice of Auspice of the Theurge.
Eden Lynch, Fianna, Cleath, Ragabash, Hamid. Some people call me Strikes Unseen as well.
It is good to meet you both.
Platine will dutifully put her hood backwards again now that they're in the Umbra and no one can spot her, so she's not a walking, talking veil breach. And she'll even take like one of the gloves off. The other one she'll keep on because if we have to jump back again, she at least saves her one ripping up one hand. You can see kind of the hand is bloodied, but the webbing is like immediately starting to heal up. As she looks, she says, "My name is Latahine, also known as Final Right. I am a Metis, the Urge of the Wendigo, and clear to the nation." Yeah, I mean, Katja can also see like the scales and the gills behind her ears and everything.
That Katja will just glance away from Talate a minute. She sort of quirk her eyebrow at Aiden.
Quirks his eyebrow back, like, yeah.
I see things are quite well. I had been told things were unconventional in New York.
Ah, you're referring to the minute. Well, she's been good. He just smirks.
Kuma will look over to Katya. We base most of our rules in a mixture of tradition and merit. So, her being a metis is not nearly as big of offense as being incompetent.
I am not unfamiliar with judging Metis on their strengths and accomplishments, shall we say. Although I am perhaps surprised to see one such as yourself, and she'll look at Aiden, being so willing to share the same viewpoint.
twists his head, kind of like smiling a bit. Same viewpoint. Well, he kind of lets out a breath and looks at Tate with a smirk rising on his face. I mean, it can't be the thing for doing the right job. I mean, wouldn't be an effective menace if it didn't know its place, would it?
It is. Well, Fiona defending a Metis. There are definitely wonders to be seen in New York.
I wouldn't call it defending, lass. I call it perspective. A good Metis knows when to die the right way. Smiles very tightly. I suspect a Bonar would know all about that. It returns the grin.
Know more about, well, sadly, some would say us Bonoras don't know when to die properly.
That's a matter of perspective. But regardless, let's not. So let's focus on the task at hand. Do you wish for refuge? Correct.
I wish, as I say, I was looking for distance from where I started, and I was told that New York was a place to it was a place things happened. It was a place to see. And, well, from the shores of Europe, New York is probably far enough, I think.
I was going to say at this point, I'm sorry, because I'd like to enter the scene. Chloe's not specifically joining them, but she's noticeably sort of paused in her walking as she sees a little gathering over by the edge of the sept. And she's just kind of standing there watching pretty quietly, close enough to hear, but not really saying much.
Kumba will respond, I can save experience, and looks over Talate at myself and also Talate that our sept has many things to teach and many things to show anybody who's willing to listen.
She'll raise an eyebrow.
That is such a telling eyebrow.
We all know this eyebrow.
Yeah, in the size. Here we go. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, she's not saying anything.
Stories of yours are told all over the world. The Galliards. The Galliards tell your tales. Even when perhaps some of those tales others would wish weren't repeated. And a small smile will slip over her face.
With that, Chloe will step just a step closer and she'll just kind of inquire. Are you trying to say that you came here looking for a place that accepted questionable people? Are you a questionable person?
She will look to the new person who has arrived.
Kumba will raise his neck to Chloe and goes, Raya.
She'll nod. Yeah, she'll nod to them both.
Yep, Satine, of course, as well.
Same. Chloe just waits.
When the others calling her Raya, she will drop down slightly to one knee and tip her throat. I am Katya Smith, the Philodox of the Bone Gnawers.
She'll kind of touch her shoulder and just be like, "You can get up. It's fine." I'm Chloe Niccolo, Tails Rich as Gold, daughter of Pegasus, Galliard, which you were just speaking of, Adrin.
You asked me whether I was looking for a place that accepted questionable people. It depends what those would judge as questionable. The stories that I have heard, well, that might paint some here as maybe you describe them questionable people. If I told you they came from the words, the mouths of the Galliards of Uppsala, then
there are many stories to be told. So
indeed, I have only heard, well, until recently I had only heard one half that painted you as rogues, as unusuals, but strong ones that, despite perhaps oddities, sent the Silver Fangs, the Gedda Fenris, and the worm with its tails running.
I would make the same choice regarding the Silver Fangs and the Gedda Fenris in that particular situation again.
And at that you literally will get a broad smile. And that is why I came here.
This is the front line. Are you prepared for that?
I am prepared to survive.
As
Although
any good Bonar should be.
I have to admit, I did not come here seeking the greatest battles to earn myself great name. I came to find myself a home.
Well, it's a bonus after all.
It is a Bonar sept.
You must have heard of our elf, Mother Larissa, Raya.
And I mean, I had to see. I have joined the Bone Gnawers. I had to see somewhere that Bone Gnawers could succeed. How could Bone Gnawers hold such a place?
You'll have to meet her and find out. I would. She's fearsome. I would not cross her.
Don't touch her cart.
Cole just grins at this.
Anybody tells you about touching a cart, don't do it. They try to do that to me. Luckily, I caught on.
Well, I have to admit, I cannot come here promising you great strength. I cannot come here promising you with great deeds to my name. I am sadly a Bone Gnawer for a reason.
Kumba just smiles at her. It's like, I think, like from how you spoke to me in your first moments, I think you will do much better than I did.
I feel like Chloe needs to roll something here. She has opinions on that.
That's it. Then, that's it. Like I said, this is a place where if we're able and willing to learn, we'll be able to succeed.
Chloe, Raya.
We have a lot of I was gonna say we have a lot of opinions here. Some traditional, many not so much. It's up to you whether this is the place for you or not.
Tradition has only got me so far. If I wanted tradition, I would have, well, I would perhaps have either fought harder to stay at home or I would have died. But I chose to live. So perhaps it is time to leave some tradition behind.
Well, on 10d10, you guys can see right through her, apparently, because that's a botch.
And I only have one success at that.
That's kind of crazy on 10d10 that I just got a fucking botch.
Well,
Yeah, there was a very clear look of disdain on her face because that is exactly what she was trying not to show. When Kumba brought up about his missteps, like she doesn't feel as strongly as that, but because it's a botch, it's uber strong.
Seeing the obvious disgruntledness on her face, Chloe's face, he's kind of just raising an eyebrows like, "You okay, Raya?"
He's gonna keep quiet and not question why the Raya is looking disdainful and be a good boy and not say nothing.
he's a good boy. Sorry.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine.
And he just looks at her really confused. All right.
I'll totally roll again because that's unless you want the botch just kind of cover that, make that sound fake too. At least it's not a fail this time, or a botch or anything else. It's like 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's much better.
You probably get the suspicion that like there's something to it, but there's clearly something she is missing here. But
It's just a little bit of byplay. She had opinions about Kumba when he first got here, and she hasn't seen him since then to have them changed.
But also she is showing disdain towards Bonar, and this is still unsurprising to her.
Dull.
The sad thing is that has nothing to do with him being a Bonar, but anyway.
Yeah, he doesn't know that.
Either way, she's hiding her opinion better now. It's all good. I swear.
So, Katya, what do you do?
Do I do? We were speaking of traditions before. I have spent perhaps much of my time fulfilling training to fulfill the obligations I thought I would fulfill. But they are not mine anymore. What do I do? If I get a chance, if I could offer some skill. I am trying. It was a hobby before. I would like to make more of it. Of some metalwork.
kind of metalwork? Aiden just like perks up immediately. He's like, floom, you know.
Well, Smith, I have taken for myself for perhaps more than one reason. And she gave a slight smile. Gives a slight smile.
Any good with cars? Engines and all that?
I have not yet had the opportunity to work on cars. Say it was perhaps more traditional metalworking that I was shown. Weapons, horseshoes, some simple jewelry, but admittedly daggers. I liked crafting a good dagger.
Well, they're a member of my pack. She actually specializes in at least jewelry making. I should introduce you to her.
I would look forward to. It would be good to learn new skills. There are those in my family who were much better than me. I had not enough opportunity to learn from them. Yes, I will be happy to meet and learn from your packmate if they would be willing to teach.
I'm sure she would have no problems in doing that. I'll try to contact her as soon as I can.
Your family. You said you were from Scandinavia. Are they dead?
Aiden kind of gives it to that Aiden like the really, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Chloe just blinks at this.
As far as I know, they still breathe.
Good.
Somebody
well,
Bob on the side.
he looks over at Katya, just kind of confused look from Talate's question. Me and Raya here, we both work with clothing, and I also know how to cook and clean.
That's very enlightened of you.
I had a lot of siblings, so I had to try to take care of them somehow.
Did you not have kinfolk?
Not exactly. It was just my parents and the five of us. Me, my two younger sisters, and my two younger brothers. My parents were busy either on the farm or in the city.
You are lucky, fortunate to have so many brothers and sisters to claim.
Thank you. I care for them deeply.
Well, would you like to come in a little further? I mean, I assume she's cleansed as she looks at the other ones.
Yeah, I did it.
Tatahin is like not even listening anymore and is staring into a certain direction and starts walking that way.
She's not really going to question that because Latte is welcome to walk away if she wishes. That is her life and her choice. No, she's just making sure that she was in fact cleansed, and someone did say yes, right?
Yeah, Aiden's like, as he looks at Tati, just shaking, he says, yeah, she's been cleansed, Raya.
Yeah, I did it.
Katya will sort of gesture to the dirt that is somewhat still dusting her clothing.
Yeah, I did it right. I cleansed her.
Okay. Then please come on in. You will want to check in with Probably with the Wormfell if we can't find a guardian. But aside from that, welcome to the Sept.
He looks over to Chloe. Are we going to be increasing our I guess our rulings involving the rodents in the area because of our recent excursion?
And wait a minute, what about the rodents? And what does this have to do with welcome here to the Sept?
You know the thing with Radiant Spear.
His name is no longer Radiant Spear, I do believe, but I realize what happened with him. Yes.
Yeah.
At this point, I believe it's still a process. We're still trying to sort through that to get things figured out with Great White Mouse, as far as I understand. My packmate would know better about it than me, though, because, well, he's one of the Philodoxes involved.
Or Aiden says, you can just look over at the gigantic cross over there. He's still there, like.
I'd really prefer not to, but thank you. I've seen enough violence in my life.
Kind of looking at Kumba like, hello. You know what I mean? With his hand like gesturing out.
Yeah. There's what? You have someone on a cross?
He disturbed the totem spirit of the land very deeply, and he's being rightfully punished.
Yeah, he pissed off Great White Mouse. So.
Great White Mouse. And that is the punishment our Philodoxes have decided was appropriate.
Were your Philodoxes trained in, like, the, I don't know, 1300s?
Hey,
I'm going to say that Jacob most certainly wasn't. Baliam, I can't confirm either way.
Bane is not too bad. He's just a bit excitable. So, putting it mildly. He can kind of just nod slowly,
Well, would you prefer us just keeping him in a dark corner chained to the ground?
I mean, being gnawed on by rats every hour, that's much better, right? He kind of just shakes his head.
He did something rather grievous, I think, he looks over the cross. He's not actually nailed on it, right?
You can't see the cross from here. Like, can we just point that out?
Yeah, she just someone talking about someone being on a cross, so she was like,
Yeah.
"What? You can't see it."
He killed someone.
Yeah, he can't come on. Yeah, so why don't you go see him and see the damage? Like, he just shakes his head.
Maybe we can save that for another time. I mean, really, she just got here. I don't think she wants to be greeted with that view first off. Do you?
Oh, I wasn't talking about her, right? I was saying the Kumba, since he's obviously unaware of Lessons' mishap.
I know what he did. I just don't know what happened to him. I've been busy.
Well, he was punished. He's currently mouse food.
Anyway, I'm going to use that small interruption to arrive.
Please do. This is a terrible topic.
Yay!
I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I'll bring terrible topics.
I mean, you're like a freaking bus. When I just light a cigarette, that's when you step in.
Of course. It's my French timing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best. So, yeah, Tapisha is going to start to approach the group as, are we in the Umbra or the Tellurian?
Yes. Umbra sept border.
Okay. Yeah, she just hand wave.
Cloutine is probably halfway between Tapisa and the rest of the group, and she starts running, sort of, slipping away maybe a couple of times.
Sort of.
I mean, she's small and she is clumsy. What more do you expect? She'll come to a skitting halt in front of her sister and then just very awkwardly stands there. Like, there is definitely like some space in between them, as she is not quite sure whether what really happened and whether Tapisa is actually like happy to see her or not. But like through the pack link, those who are in the pack link, you can just feel that excitement, happiness. but also, yeah, the fear of
And
like rejection.
yeah, she. I mean, I have a perfect poker face. If you want to try to beat it.
Let me turn my fucking outside.
I don't think Chloe would be paying attention, even if she can't see Tapisha.
Aiden will probably whirl around and be right back, and kind of is following.
Apparently, the outer
I
pack
have-
is doing interesting things today. Chloe just says out loud.
Oh, Katya. Um, are you hungry or thirsty?
Perhaps Anne has stepped away. Anne, you're muted if you're talking.
Yes, my computer did not want to unmute. I am sorry. I had
It's a-
muted it because it was going into airplane mode a minute ago.
Oh yes, I remember the airplane mode.
I if there is food, I don't know. I don't know how things work here.
Kumba will go into a messenger bag on his shoulder and go digging into it, and he pulls out a apple. Here.
Actually, and so she. Well, they were in the Umbra, so no, she wouldn't have that. Well, no, she would. She has a bag of some sort. And she'll rummage in there and she'll pull out a sandwich. She's like, I usually bring an extra one, so you're welcome to this one.
Thank you. Traveling is tiring. More tiring than I expected.
Yeah. I guess a good question is like, do you drink alcohol? Or
Pardon?
do you prefer alcohol or non-alcoholic?
I
And
don't have a preference.
he goes back into the bag and pulls out a unmarked brown bottle. It's cider. And hands a bottle over to Katya if you want it. This is non-alcoholic just to be safe.
She'll take it slightly gingerly and give it a sniff.
It smells sweet of cherries. It's a cherry apple cider, especially of my parents' farm.
Yeah, she will take a swig and just sort of nod in thanks.
When it reaches her lips, it's nearly like candy, just with a small sting. Not with. It's pretty much candy.
That seems incredibly sweet.
I think he kind of chuckles, like, yeah, but I love this stuff. Though sometimes, with some of the batches we make, I have to dilute it with a little bit of water, or maybe something else.
It's true what they say then about an American sweet tooth.
Yeah.
It's true in me anyway.
And it looks over to Chloe, like, you want one?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm good.
Anybody else?
Pretty much everyone else has walked away to Tapisha, so.
Yeah, realizing that everybody's left. Okay. And goes, Raya, do you want to continue, I guess, touring around, or you want me to do it?
I wouldn't take you away from your tribe mate.
Yeah. He nods and pulls out another bottle and opens it and begins drinking it. It's like, here, I'll show you. Let's see, we have the cabins, the training grounds. So it's kind of talking to himself. I was thinking about all the distinct areas the show caught you.
Why don't you start with maybe a place that she could stay, if there's some place that she might be able to stay around here. That would be kind of important first, I would think.
Hmm. And he looks over the Chloe like, yeah, yeah, I'll show you the cabins, and he kind of gestures in a certain direction.
She will sort of look back. Is it back at Chloe and to him? Is it? Well, you said it was informal in New York. And kind of shrugs and goes to sort of half follow him.
What do you mean, informal? I mean, I'm pretty informal, but not everybody is.
If you had turned up at the edge of my sept bounds, cleansing was important, but you would not be allowed further without further vetting, without an appropriate escort. You might say nice words, they'll be let in, but we are, well, the words that were drilled into my head from as much as I could stand at my grandmother's knee. We are not Gaia's handmaidens. We are not Gaia's nursemaids. We are not her entertainers. We are her warriors. The weakest of us, the lamest of us. And she takes like a half hobbled step forward, are still warriors.
Well, I like to think that we could be more than just warriors.
I merely mean that any of us could turn up. I have told you many things, but ultimately, do you know the truth behind my words? Do you know the threats that I pose, that anyone poses? If you turned up, we would not turn you away. You are a fellow Garu, but let's just say the level to which you embrace all here is unexpected.
Oh, trust me on this. If we thought you were a threat, he wouldn't have gotten this far.
She will quirk an eyebrow at that, and then lower her head. I suppose it doesn't take much to see the limits to myself. And she will, yeah, limp after him. Would it be possible to try and get my bag? It is not much, but I don't have many things, but they are things that might help me.
In the meanwhile, at a little bit away, yeah, Tlatahine is performing a rite of cleansing. Still hasn't really properly said hello because let's do that on Sept, I suppose. For her sister. and is cleansing her, and so they can follow on sept.
Yep. So, where are the two hits?
If you're referring to Aiden, he's standing here. She points to the side.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. You didn't say he followed.
he did. I did. I
He
even said
did.
it broke
He
away.
did.
He did say.
Okay, then yeah. Then yeah, she's just gonna look at one idiot.
Don't know where Plant Man is yet.
I think he's on his way.
Okay, good. So, how have been things?
Shite. He just says quite bluntly, pretty shite.
Well, thank you, Captain Obvious.
Telling it like it is, Alpha. Smiles.
At this point, you're outside of the park, right?
We're probably just walking across the border now.
Yeah.
Will appear, a big smile on his face. And yeah, he'll be looking around. Clearly, he's through the pack link, seeing that his sister has come back, and he will run to find her. And he sees you lot, right? All of you.
Yeah, I mean we're pretty much going back to the rest of the party.
Well, let's say Will bumps into the rest of the party first while he's looking for them. So he'll bump into Chloe and Cumber and this new person.
Hi, Will.
Hey, have you seen my pack? I think my sister's back.
We'll see. Can we see you from here? Because I don't know if we can see.
I mean, yes.
Probably. I mean,
I mean,
we're not
yes.
that far away.
She'll kind of gesture in the direction that Tlate started walking.
Will's going to basically, kind of move off. That he's going to stop and be like, "Hi, Cumber," and then seeing this new person, he'll be like, "Hello."
Hello.
Hey, you're a guardian, aren't you?
Uh huh.
Do your thing, guardian. And she sort of smirks at him.
Will looks like he has no idea what to do.
Damn it.
Chat is
What am I
just
supposed to
looking
do?
from one person to another in just general bemusement with the apparent level of incompetencies.
Well, Beta, she knows it's the guardians who are supposed to handle this stuff when people come in. So she's never been a guardian. She doesn't know what the thing is. What the introductory speech is. No, she's just gonna be like, "This
Neither
is
does Will.
Katya. She's new. She just got here."
Oh.
That Katya will sigh and take a step forward. And sort of lower her eyes as she goes to greet him, tipping her chin slightly because she doesn't know what rank he is. Just guardians need respect anyway. I am Katya Smith, Philodox of the Bone Gnawers. Hamid?
Sorry, I got dropped.
Yeah. Yeah, she's basically just, we have two of you currently. She basically just did the whole name, Katya Smith, Philodox, Bone Nora, Clea, Hamid.
Oh, William White, child of Gaia. Arun, oath of silence, rattles twigs, storms through lava, clearth of the nation. Do you need to be cleansed before you come on sept?
The cleansing Kumba, I believe, dealt with it. I have been showered with the dirt. I believe I am cleansed.
All right then. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Katia. And she said she's a bone gnawer, right?
Yes.
And he'll kind of
You
look
just
at
got
Chloe. Is there anything I'm supposed to do?
Do I look like a guardian? I'm the den mother. This isn't a cub. She just looks at him.
Bad.
Look, if there's a big giant spider beast coming, I know how to deal with it. Are we just supposed to be friendly? Hello? Cleanse, come in.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, last time I went through one of these, Olaf had a whole spiel about the things he said.
I have been not told any spiel.
Katia is just standing there doing the eyeball ping pong between two of them.
I think at this point the other three
Yeah.
children of the spirit wilds are
Yeah.
walking up to the group because
That's funny. Chloe's going like, I am so not a guardian. Why am I supposed to do this job?
When Will sees his sister, he's gonna just hold a finger up like just a moment, and he's gonna run over to her and grab her.
Oh, this is such a mess.
What do you mean grab? Are you speaking about forceful hug?
Forceful hug, yeah.
Oh my god! As she gets completely stiff. Okay, big boy, you can let me go.
Are you happy to see me?
Already. Stop.
Will just laughs and lets her down. Try and act all cool in front of the new pack member.
It's really not needed for you. You know, it's okay if you. It's not needed to show actual emotion on the Sept of the Green guys.
Chelsea is doing that very well.
Chloe actually said that out loud. Like she just kind of looked over at this really super awkward hug.
Will just appears to not care at all and just be very happy that she's back.
Yeah, I mean, on her face, it's more, I'm embarrassed. Stop.
Yeah, it doesn't care.
Child of Gaia.
Yeah. I'll let her down. So, how was your flight?
Yeah. I'm gonna run again.
Oh boy, yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay. Okay, so God damn it, I'm having to take all the new habits now.
What are we in? Just werewolf dice roller.
Yeah, I'm in werewolf.
No extra dice roller one.
Okay, I was in werewolf dice roller.
Because you and Duncan were using it, so we started in the other one.
Damn it, Damien, get along with the program.
No, I won't.
Yes, you will.
But anyway, yeah, I have 3 successes, and she said, "Yeah, it was great."
I feel like they're actively making Hangouts objectionable. Fucking cunt.
Yeah, Chloe, in the middle of this, will just be like, "Well, welcome back to Pisha."
She's happy, really.
Thanks, Raya. She I don't know if you heard me, Robbie, because now there are 2 of you.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so yeah, no, she said with an incredible number of success of 3 that yeah, it was fine.
We're just going to take it at face value for now.
And she's gonna turn to the newcomer. Ah, okay, we got a new face.
Yes, and she's probably pretty confused at this point, as Chloe just sort of talks about her, even though she's like right there.
Yep, he will see this lovely. She will see this lovely blonde girl. He's looking quite travel weary, and where's Gruffy? Yes. Sorry, more new people. Yes. Yeah. I am Katia Smith. Clea Philodox of the Bone Noras. Oh, Homid. Yep. Sorry, I've done this a couple of times now.
Nods. Keisha. Galliard. The wind, good tribe. Clef. All on 2 legs.
Her feet will only slightly shuffle when you say Wendigo.
And yeah, she looks at him. So what's your problem now?
Will frowns a bit. What do you mean?
You seem confused. Confused as fuck.
He's always like that.
I mean, more than usual.
Will just has a look like he doesn't know what you're talking about.
And she points to to the bone knower. For a guardian. So you do your job, or
No one's told me fuck all about being a greeting party.
You haven't let her in yet?
What do you mean let her in? There's no gate.
You're a guardian. You're a guardian. You're supposed to like welcome her and shit, like do an official speech and stuff like that.
No one's told me about that. I just kill things that turn up.
Gee.
Well, I prefer not to be killed, if it's okay.
Chloe actually gonna start laughing.
Kumba will look over to William and was like, "You saw her, right?" And I already told Raya that I would help tour her around the place. So you see her, you have her scent. If something goes wrong, you should be able to find her.
Yeah, sure. Will genuinely has not been told anything
okay.
about being a welcome party in
Nope.
or out.
Aiden is like nearly like tearing his hair out. He's like, procedure, man. You know.
Okay. Right. Like, as I said, I come from somewhere that is, as far as I can tell, very different from here. I don't know if it'll help you. But you know
Dear
what? Okay.
place. Every place is more orthodox than this one.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I'm pretty sure there's
Under her
probably.
breath, you'll just briefly hear, and I thought the Copenhagen lot was chilled.
Either way, love, believe me, you've had a much less confusing introduction to the set than I have, so don't worry about it.
Well, so far we haven't tied her up.
Or try to kill her or talk bad about her.
I mean, give it time.
Nobody frenzied on you on your first time here as well. He just smiled.
And you're all saying I'm not making a welcome.
Just saying.
I'm just gonna say my first time here. was nothing like any of that. It was actually rather boring. I met Olaf and can't remember his name. It was I think a Wendigo? No, it was Actena. It was an Actena who is no longer here. And that was pretty much, and Lucas snuck around. That was pretty much it.
Well, shall we go in anyway?
Yep.
Yes.
she-
Quite used to me to eat.
I believe she's looking for a place to stay. I was trying to show her the cabins.
Maybe cabins wouldn't be the best place if you want to avoid that cross.
Yeah, Kumba. Unless you want to go see him, like.
And he just kind of looked exasperated. Like, okay, then where would you like? Where should we take her?
Can I make a suggestion?
Please do.
The cardboard palace, where most of the Bonar tribe has its home, might be the best place for her to stay right now.
At least until she can decide what she wants to do. Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, also, if you see a cart, don't touch it.
She's got that wording already.
I have heard of this cart. If it is the Alpha's territory,
You make your point very clear, and that is valid. That's pretty much how I would take it as well.
she just shrugs.
I would not touch it.
Maybe you should get your bag.
I mean, not like I have any prized possessions in there, but it has at least a few changes of clothes.
Your things are your things.
Change of clothes would be nice. They just nod.
Are you a fashion designer now?
Just saying, you know, can't wear the same clothes all the time. Like,
I mean, I'm a bone gnawer. Doesn't mean I have to be smelly.
See,
See?
I told them too.
he gets it.
There's no need for any of us to be our stereotypes unless we want to be.
Yeah, peace and love, man.
Yeah, through the pack link. She's gonna send an image of William with his coyote. Like, it's my coyote, man.
William seems to be the only person here that's actually, in a good mood.
Chloe just kind of looks up and she's like, well, if, we're going to be stereotypes here, I would pretty much be ragging on both of you guys and, or actually all you guys, and just kind of be attempting to kick your ass in some strange way. Just because you're men.
There's a certain element of truth to all of it. Doesn't mean all of it has to be true.
Exactly.
Anyways, I believe she's tired and worried from traveling. Let's get her bags and take her to the palace.
Yeah, we can philosophize over some soup.
Yep. Let's do that.
I mean, I'm impressed that you, confused, but I appreciate the greeting, but so many of you who show me to greet me and things. I mean, I suppose it's a bone gnawer sept, but I'm really
It is a bone gnawer sept, but we have pretty much almost every tribe here.
And don't worry,
Yeah.
I wasn't here to greet you. I was just passing by.
Yeah, to be honest, so was I, but I figured, I'm here, I might as well.
I got informed by Salt of the Earth over there. He kind of nudges Tatooine playfully.
of course. Sorry.
Not even a smile on her face.
Did you just? Yeah, she's gotta look at him.
What she asked about? She asked about like her family first goal, like to Pisa, like first goal, like who's your family? What are they doing? Are they alive? You know that type of thing. He's whispering into her ear, basically.
The situation as it is this point in Scandinavia, that is not a very insignificant question.
Yeah, but the girl just fucking arrived. Give her a second to breathe, like before you start doing your usual shite.
She will just look away again at the talk of family.
That's
shite.
Yeah, first. Yeah, at the mention of family, for just a second, there's a flash of hurt in the packling just for half a second.
Okay, that's enough. And Latin will look at the group like, if you'd excuse me, I have to get back and find out what's wrong with the water spirits. Raya?
Tlatihin.
And she'll kind of like shove her head backwards again and step away, and at the right distance will turn around and walk away into the Umbra.
Will's going to pack Link to Pisha and just say, she has been looking forward to you coming back, believe it or not.
She's gonna look at him and through the packling. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think I'm going to excuse myself as well. It was nice meeting you, Katya.
Thank you. I didn't mean to take up so much of everyone's time.
Oh, don't worry. And just as Chloe starts to walk away, apparently the cub just enters the scene, so there you go. But yeah, she's kind of heading off down the path, the direction that she, was heading originally.
And yeah, she's gonna look at two of her pack mates. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Yeah, there's probably something you need to hear about as well, but kind of looks at Will. Probably talk about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about that later.
Yeah, let's get a drink. He kind of smiles and swaggers away with his packmates, obviously.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah. I still need more drinks.
Looking over to Katya, it's like, where did you place your bags? We'll cross over and grab them.
I tucked them under that bush near where we started. They may still be there. They may not. If they are, great. If not, I just need to get my hand on a couple of clothes. I didn't change the clothes. I mean,
Don't
I bought
worry.
the things I had. It wasn't. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it shouldn't be missing by now. So I'll cross over with you, and I'll show you to the cardboard palaces.
That sounds great. I don't need much. Just a place to lay my head.
Yeah. So no worries.
And yet I will make the roll to cross. But yeah, she will follow him, and it will go and collect belongings. And
Just a momentary out of character, just to explain my entering and leaving. Joe will kind of see everyone, offer a go down on one knee, and offer his neck to the general assembly. If the den mother would allow him to rise, Joe would kind of follow her instinctively.
That makes as much sense as anything. If she would let you up, and if you just kind of follow after her, that makes as much sense as anything. You've at least seen the new girl once.
Okay, and Joe will offer a genuine friendly smile to the new person, and follow Chloe.
okay, then if that's everyone heading off in different directions, we shall end it there. Thank you, players, for coming to meet the fresh meat, and we shall see you all again.